Unsubscribe, please. I want to get off this ride. All right, so the Royal Knights, basically, I love this card. It's super, super powerful, and it's a lot of fun. It's a card that both allows you to have a nice aggressive slant, but also the looting gives you a lot of consistency, which is great. And notably, First Strike and Trample is absurd with Death Touch, which we've been leveraging very elegantly on Questing Beast and Teamer, but it's also very good with Knight of the Ebon Legion. When you can double pump this Knight to a minimum of 6/7, and then make it an 8/7 with First Strike, Death Touch, and Trample, you kill people very, very quickly. So what I've done here is splashed Royal Scions into a red-black Knight shell. And then because I was splashing Royal Scions anyways, I've also got a couple of copies of Improbable Alliance here in our main deck. Because Royal Scions, Stormfist Crusader, and Rankle are 12 cards that we're interested in playing that all let us draw a second card every turn and trigger this. We also have Midnight Reaper here, which can, when our creatures trade in combat, allow us to trigger the Alliance as well. So this card is definitely not worth splashing for, but this card is worth splashing for, and then once I'm playing this, I might as well tag this in along too. So you'll note that I've also got 4 copies of Drill Bit here as a disruptive element. I think this card's very reasonable right now, especially with cards like Stormfist Crusader or Rankle to consistently, or Smitten Swordmaster, honestly, to consistently trigger that spectacle for us. So let's dive on into some matches here with this one and see how it goes. Hey, happy birthday, Basic Lands. Is there a reasonable substitute for Rankle? I mean, Spawn of Mayhem is close, but I think it's much worse. The haste on Rankle is big game. An endless flow of cards is also big game, but... Alright, and we have here in our very first game, the third color splash is not free at work. So, really hoping to run off a couple of untapped lands here. But Bloodfell Caves Fabled Passage is definitely not a stellar opener. Talking about a lot? I don't know about a lot, but it's the one... This is the deck that I've mentioned recently, yeah? Oh, they're playing the Adventure deck and not Ramp. Okay. Huh. So now I have to decide, because I haven't drawn a third land, do I want to get the land to guaranteed play this, or the land to play these eventually? I think the answer is I want to get the land to play this. Just because this will provide me with cards to get to the lands to cast this, most likely. Getting the second black source to eventually play Rankle is also pretty good. I'm just going to go ahead and concede here. Our opponent is much too far ahead on the play. We're going to miss our third land drop. So definitely don't want discard spells in this matchup. Would much rather play cards that interact with the board. So Noxious Grasp here. I actually think Midnight Reaper is kind of okay here. Just because it allows us to trade in combat profitably, which is nice. I want my last trim to be here. I wonder if this is too many removal spells. Maybe I don't want all 4 of these. I could see that. Let's give this a try. Our discard spells decent because they deny both Savage Adventure, so they're okay. But in general, I want you to think about that last game and think about how think about how the board played out and how I needed cards that played to the board. So while discard spells are often appealing, in matchups that are about playing to the board and not about just taking a key card out of the opponent's hand, generally speaking, your discard spells are going to be bad and not worth playing. So the discard spells are there notably for the Golos Field decks. Because the Golos Field decks, generally you only care about their sweeper. Now, I think the Bonecrusher is better because of the reason you just listed. I also like that Bonecrusher is a 2-drop and a 3-drop. Thank you for being the SMTG floating torso this channel has ever seen. Thanks for keeping me around, Eternal Witness. I appreciate it. I think I'm actually just going to go ahead and get aggressive here. I'm just going to 2 them and then untap and play this. Because I have Rankle on turn 4 as well, so just want to get attacking. Good example of why I like this over Lava Coil here. If they... Alright, so Rankle's sacrifice effect is not going to be particularly good here. That's a decent pickup. If I play this, what color am I getting? Black? Yeah, sounds like black, because I already have double red. And I definitely don't need double blue. So I assume they're going to chump block here. Yep. I'm going to have us both draw a card and lose life. I'm not going to make them discard because they have a bunch of cards in their hand anyways. So getting us more gas sounds great. Ideally, we're going to kill our opponent while they still have cards in their hand this game. If they just play a 5-5 this turn, they're in a lot of trouble. They could have double murder here, but if they have double murder, they take 6 down to 8. So I think that's okay for us. Feels murder, man. Hopefully we draw another decent threat here. It's knowing when to add a card with Rankle, something I don't know what your I don't understand your question. Your question does not English. Are you asking about how do you know when you want to draw cards versus not with Rankle? Yeah, it's just, it comes... A lot of that has to do with what we refer to as role assessment in Magic the Gathering. So figuring out when you're the beatdown versus when you're not. So generally speaking, you don't want to be... Generally speaking, you don't want to be plussing... you don't want to be having players draw cards when you're trying to control the game. Chirp. So, unfortunate that that's not an untapped black source. If it was untapped, we could play this turn as well. So they're at 8. Definitely just want to try and push them out of the game at this point. So attack for 4 with first strike and trample. The Scions on a card like this also makes it incredibly difficult for our opponent to race it, which is nice. I like them being as defensive as possible here. I think that makes a lot of sense. They have more cards left over than we do, so if they can keep their stuff alive, they're in a better spot. Yeah, Scions give trample. Like I said, I think the inspiration for this deck was seeing how good this was in the aggressive draws in the teamer deck and being like, okay, how do I slot this into an existing aggro deck in the format? And I was like, this seems like a good shell to try it out in. So, I think what it comes down to is that this card, the loot is the blue part and the first strike trample is the red part, maybe. Neil Drox, thanks for the 14 months. This is something I put together. So if you watch the last Grixis Alliance video, at the very end of it, I'm like, what if we just build a Grixis aggro deck? And then I didn't build it on stream, but I built it off stream and it was great. All right, so you have... They just have another murder here? If they have a murder, they die to this Bonecrusher, right? Fear is a tool, use it. Calm down there, Trump.
My thoughts were too frozen to win.
My favorite quote from you about Rankle and drawing / beating down is killing them with cards in hand is the best type of card advantage. Yep. Yep. You have any thoughts about Grixis aggro in Modern? Yeah, everything you think that sounds sweet in Modern is bad, because Modern's a fast and brutal format where you frequently just die before you get to make relevant plays, so if it sounds sweet, just don't. It sounds great in Historic. Historic sounds like a wonderful place to brew, where you don't randomly die to paradoxical outcome on the second turn. I would actually rather play against Hagak than paradoxical outcome. Would actually rather play against Hagak than paradoxical outcome. This hand's okay. I like the truth spitting in this channel. Listen, I am many things, but I am not a liar. You can always expect what I think is right here. Opponent mulligan 2/5. Their deck's loaded with card advantage though, so like their deck mulliganing isn't really that big of a deal. They can undo it pretty consistently. We don't have a 1-drop in this opener. Would have ideally liked to draw one, but this hand's definitely still very good. We did play Neobrain this morning. We did not lose any matches of Magic with it. That deck's very good. Royal Scions here, gonna show us why they do some good work. Gonna loot through some of these extras in our hand. I think with how many lands I have in my hand here, that looting with this is better than getting in 2 points of damage potentially. Alright, double murder. And again, like, my opponent's hand is stacked and they have a lot of spells and my hand's a little bit medium. I'm also currently the aggressor, so definitely having both of us draw cards with this. And I don't think making them discard a card is very meaningful here, so they can keep all of them. Like, they're currently at 9. Every turn this is crunching for 4, basically, because it's making us both lose. Like, if they just, like, cast this turn and we're just like, alright, Murderous Rider it, your move. Like, hit you for 4 again. I'm wondering if there's room for Angar's Rampage in the 75 to cover cards like Henge and Lucky Clover. It could be swapped out for some of the other removal spells. Maybe? That doesn't sound terrible. To set a low bar, I've played worse cards than that. I also don't know that I really need to answer Lucky Clover, because I feel like the answer is just like, you know, shut up and kill them, basically. Do I really need to do that if they're dead? Hey, you know what that card doesn't do, chat? It doesn't block. And if they find Murderous Rider here, my next Rankle kills them. Even if it didn't block, Royal Scions get first strike and trample. So they're dead. They go to 6. Royal Scions makes Rankle 5. Rankle draw is a 6 point. Yep. Feels good, man. Feels good. Any good decks today? Yeah, I think we had a 5-0 run in Modern this morning. The Green Red Seasons deck we played before this one is good. This deck seems great. Royal Scions are Bay. 3 mana Planeswalker that only goes up might be good. Thinking emoji. Sometimes you just want a Rancor, yep. You put the good new cards in a deck, and it makes it good. Who'da thunk? I am incredibly innovative, Jin. I looked at this deck and I was like, what if I put more good cards in it? What then? What then, chat? If we insert more good cards into the deck, what then? Have you seen Arilax's list of top 10 Planeswalkers? Most of them are from this year. I believe that. It's like Jace the Mind Sculptor and the Leon of the Veil that aren't from this year. Otherwise, most of the push Planeswalkers have come in like the last 2 years. If you put good cards in your deck, you might start winning and then people will start watching you because you're not a meme anymore. Yeah, that's the real worry. All right, I mean, our mana's a little awkward here, but this is definitely a keep. We really want to draw any untapped land that if we draw any untapped land in our next 2 draws, this hand's very good. So we've got 2 shots at an untapped land here. I was following some of the SC chatter. Is it normal for Magic players, or at least a vocal subset, to call for banning? Yeah, Magic players are whiny crybabies. Large subsegment of the vocal Magic players are very, very whiny. No changes in all formats, as expected. What do people want banned? They want field banned. Rabner, thanks for the 28 months of support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. I think I'm ditching the Swordsmith. I think I want backups on these. I'm not talking about Modern. In Modern, there are a bunch of cards that could stand to go away. In Standard, we don't have enough information yet. One of the big things to take away that a lot of people are going to misrepresent from this weekend, whether intentionally or otherwise, is the fact that the tournament this weekend was a team tournament skews all of the information that we have effectively. All right, so I have double black. I don't need more than single red. I might need more than single red. All right. Let's start by looting, or do I want to just smack them upside the head? Let's see what we draw off Rankle here first. Rankle plus Improbable Alliance is also great, BT dubs. Let me just trade this for one of your creatures, thank you. Thanks for staying around. I also just dropped in to say Mox Opal's a fair card. Jace should have been banned forever. Yep. I think I'm in for this land, especially a land that potentially gains me life here. All right, sure. And again, like, seeing the opponent's deck kind of just like grind out value or just like beep beep kill you feels really good. Have I mentioned I really like Rankle, chat? Have I mentioned I really like Rankle? This engine is something else. Go. Oh no! Don't spend 4 life killing my board opponent. How will I ever keep up now? How will I ever keep up after you spend 4 life killing my board? Oh no! Oh no, opponent! Oh no! I feel like I should play Champion plus Royal Scions just so they're less salty that I don't have the third Rankle. I'm doing this for their sanity because I care about them. I don't want them to feel salty that I have a third Rankle. All right, so after seeing how that game played out, I think I kind of want to keep these two Improbable Alliance in my deck. I think I'm going to trim the champions on the draw here and pull up a little bit. What do we think of this? This curve's okay. It's a little heavy, but I think it's fine overall. I think this seems okay. Jetharen, thank you for the brand new tier 1 sub. I appreciate that. Welcome to Hoaglandia. Hope you're having an excellent start to your week. Welcome to everybody. Happy Monday. My mana's a little painful, but the spells are good. And having all of my colors is really appealing. I have the day off work, so it's very happy. It's exciting. Days off are nice. You can speak. If the power to speak is too overwhelming for you, just let us know and we can fix that. Plenty of mods that are happy to give you a break. I think I want to just take this out right away rather than risk it. Woof. It's pretty good. If they have a removal spell here, we're probably dead. This is the punish for playing this one I did. Maybe I should have waited. Do you have Murderous Rider? If they don't have Murderous Rider, we're in a pretty good spot. And we're dead. Alright, I've got 3 Riders and 3 Grasps that I could draw to next turn. Maybe I do want some Lava Coils here. Alright. Oh-ho. We're halfway there. Oh-ho. Living on a prayer. Take my hand. We'll make it, I swear. Oh-ho. Do-do-do-do-do. You know, with this in hand, maybe I should have fetched a mountain there. I'm not playing this at sorcery speed, which gives them the opportunity to have something like Veil of Summer, but more importantly, I don't want them to be able to play a second questing beast and hit me with that one if I play this at sorcery speed on my turn. I have no idea, HSCR. Hey, Marty. Thanks for doling out a sub-gifty to Waifu Gate. Are they not a mod on my channel? Because they should be if they're not. That's a very good reason to wait till their turn to kill it as well. Alright, so I'm gonna lead on this. Oh, perfect. Well, thank you. And I made them a mod. Ooh, that's a good one for later. If I play Rankle out, I can chump block the questing beast. Wait, did they not? Oh, they picked back up Lovestruck Beast? Weird. So they must just have another questing beast, huh? Been loving the Team of Friends deck. Awesome, Fatso. I'm glad you have been. Scions are my babe. They just have another thing to bring back Questing Beast here. I assume we're getting Questing Beast this turn. Oh, you know what? I could have rankled and made them discard a card, huh? Yeah, I messed up. And they're like, the read that they probably have Questing Beast, yeah. Yeah, I should have rankled and made them discard a card. It was the line not close, because picking this up implies they have another way to get back to this next turn or just have another one. So I missed a piece of information there that I could have otherwise had. Yeah, I think they definitely had this Order of Midnight in their hand last turn. That's what happened there. To know is to triumph. Alright, so this makes me one blocker. This is another blocker. Am I... Huh? Do I play this or do I drain for one? I think I just play a 2-1 here. And say go. They just have so much stuff in their exile at the moment. Yeah, I'm really upset that I missed the Rankle make them discard a line. I deserve that loss. Let's take game 3 on the play here though, huh? Do I want Lava Coils for game 3 on the play? I kind of feel like I want some number of them. I wonder if it's crazy to just like board into a little bit more controlling shell here and just like beat them down with these. Is this cutting too many win cons? I feel like it's not. Yeah, Marty does standard. We've hosted him a couple of times when I run late enough for him to be on. Sir Poe, thanks for the brand new Prime support. I appreciate that. There's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch right now. Thanks for supporting mine this month. This mana's painful, but our spells are good, so we'll see. I guess I go tapped land into Shock Stormfist Crusader into tapped land Improbable Alliance, which is like not completely unreasonable. I think this hand would probably be too slow on the draw, but on the play, it's probably okay. Alright, let's sit down for a bit. This deck doesn't have enough mythics. Maybe we could fit in Spawn of Mayhem if we try. Would that make you feel better? Would you feel better about it if we included Spawn of Mayhem? Stormfist is just so good. Really, really love Stormfist Crusader. You have an Innkeeper. I'm having a hard time understanding the difference in strategy between being in the play and being on the draw. Google the article, Who's the Beatdown? Being the play versus the draw, a lot of it comes down to what we refer to as role assessment. Understanding when you're the aggressor and when you're supposed to be playing defense. Am I interested in trading my Knight of the Ebon Legion for their Edgewall Innkeeper? I don't think I am here. Yeah, Bamonte got an adult job. That jerk. So if I do this and this, we won't get the token till after this whole trigger resolves. So I'm just gonna make a straw. I don't want to lose my knight to trade for their innkeeper. Like they're going to 10 here. So like with our removal spells in hand, I think I just want to be aggressive. Yeah, the Flores Star City Games one is exactly correct. Decide Anomalate. Thank you for the brand new Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for keeping me around. Yeah, Rankles choose up to 3 Jin. It's very good. Very, very good. I have a Mastery Orb I should do, right? Whoop. Not that that card's playable. This deck felt really trim so far today. You tried a blue-black deck with Rankle and Narsa. Yeah, why would those be good together? Your opponent can still draw 1 card on your turn with Narset, right, I guessed? Well, 41's lower than we started at today, so technically still behind. Hey, look, we're playing against Croakies. I'm going to keep this because it has all my colors, but it's not particularly aggressive. He's been playing the Green-Black Adventures deck like we just played against, which we're 2-0 against so far today with this. So I don't know if it's a good matchup, but feels okay for the time being. It is kind of neat. It's not animated though. Huh. So do I play the second Alliance or do I play Midnight Reaper? I think I want to play the second Alliance. Get my tap land down. I don't know. This is worse if I draw a 2-drop next turn. Because like if I play the Midnight Reaper, next turn I could double 2-drop, which would be nice. Alright. Or we can just keep not drawing spells. We did keep a 5-lander, so, you know, I guess. I mean, Thief of Sanity and Thought Erasure are just generically good cards. Is Groki a pro, another streamer, or both? I don't think Croakies has any large tournament success, but don't quote me on that. If anybody knows, has a link showing his results from somewhere, he's a large streamer. He has a good following. And he streams a ton. He probably streams more than anybody else doing Magic for like the last little bit now. I mean, that Assassin's Trophy actually lets me start activating these, so... I mean, you know, even if we draw a brick next turn, we get to use the Improbable Alliance. I wonder if they have like another like Order of Midnight they're debating on playing here, just to like be aggressive. Lucky Clover, sure. You gotta get our fetch to thin value, right? Well, activating this is definitely better than playing a 1/1, so let's do that. Yeah, we've literally played against the same deck 3 times so far in this set. I think I'm actually just binning the land that hurts me. Not attacking. Want to play defense here. Would not be surprised to see them double murder. Wow. Pay for, draw a card. Deal. That could go well for us. Or not, or it could not be going well for us. Was that a good draw? Do I play around another questing beast? I feel like I'm not supposed to. I feel like I'm just supposed to Murderous Rider this, drain them, play this, attack them for 4. Oh, they literally have another questing beast heads up. So we do play around another questing beast, because otherwise we lose the game. Got it. Got it. Next turn, we can actually lifelink for 4. Because we can attack with these and put the counters, put the things on here, which is nice. And Questing Beast was designed to get people play against Field of the Dead. Yeah, I do. I don't think it's doing a good job of it yet because people are lazy. Wow, they're going really low here. I feel like they're misidentifying their role. I feel like they're trying to generate too much card advantage and not just killing me. I feel like they're currently the beatdown. They should be, like, just trying to kill me more. The champions are on defense because my opponent had a 4/4 that could block them if I attacked last turn. We are unfortunately dead on... Oh, no, are we dead on board? Now we're dead. Alright, sure. That wasn't bad considering, like, our play on turn 5 and, like, 5, 6, and 7 was, like, activate our alliance a whole bunch, just because, like, we didn't draw anything meaningful. This matchup feels pretty okay so far in the games we've played. I think I like this plan of pulling up. If we kill most of their stuff, I feel like we have a pretty good shot. Like, these cards don't really play that much other than gaining a little bit of life. Maybe I split the difference on the Swordsmith and the Midnight Reaper just so I can have a little bit of extra life gain. Yeah, Alliance almost dug us out of that game, right? And that's why, again, like, when you're looking at decks and you're evaluating matchups, you can't just look at single games, right? Or even single matchups. You need to, like, think about generically, like, what's happening in the matchup, how your cards are lining up, what the average looks like. If we win this match, I might be done playing on the ladder for today, just because I'm kind of sick of double queuing into the same people over and over again. The average deck quality in the constructed events is a little bit lower, but there tends to be more variety. Hitting Mythic this early is kind of a drag for content. I don't really want to just, like, play against the same 5 people all day. You've had 2 double ups already. I mean, I would love to be playing against Field of the Dead. One of the reasons why I think this deck is good is because it's good against Field of the Dead. Pro tip, if you're playing against Field of the Dead, is hope you don't play against it. I would take your deck and throw it away. I would recommend playing something else. Magic sucks. How many lands are in this deck anyways? Like 24? Yeah, it's 24. Just three 1-landers in a row. Alright, I mean, this is the best possibles. If there's any card that can help us win on a Multifor, it's this one. Still kind of down on Fires of Innovation. Yeah, I think Fires of Innovation is an incredibly sweet card, but in terms of being competitive, every time I see it, it feels like a card that's just like, if they would have just been any other card in my opponent's deck, they'd still be winning. All right. Oh, we're halfway there. Oh, living on a prayer. Take my hand. They'll unmulligan us, I swear. Please don't end my legion. Do, 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 do. Go, 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 Gadget Stormfist. Land. Well, if we don't get Legion's End, I feel like we're gonna be in an okay spot here. Would have really liked to land that turn though. Pretty happy I kept the Noxious Grasp but not the other thing. Ugh, double Fallmire Knights a beating. Your move, Yugi boy. This is all I got. It's raining cards. Hallelujah, it's raining cards. All them cards we mulligan to 4. To start this game now only started with 4 cards. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. We have more HP, that means we're winning. Yeah, basically. With like these in our hand, I feel like we might be. Fun fact, this is the deck I played to get into Mythic, and in my win-in match for Mythic, I mulliganed to 4 on the play in game 3. All right, Noxious Grasp, this one, shock one of these, attack you for 6. I think I want an extra black source here, right? Extra red source. Nah, I have Steam Vents. Do I even want to attack them here? So if I attack them, oh, they can only block 1, right? Yeah, we definitely want to attack them. They can only block 1 because they're menace. Yeah, def want to attack. Have I mentioned this card's absurd? Have I mentioned that this card's absurd? Okay, they might have a bunch of Smitten Swordmasters here. If they have a bunch of Swordmasters, we could die. Do they have land? Land Swordmaster? They have land Swordmaster? God bless America! Fuck me! That's such a tilt. That's such a tilt. Ah! Good game. We almost got there off of starting on that many cards. I guess I could have played around that, huh? They're at 4. Yeah, I messed that up, right? If I leave, you did draw them into it. I mean, can I go back and look at that game? Like, the odds of them having a 2 of in the top quarter of their deck is not 100%. I also could have played around that, right? Like, I needed 1 more point of life that game. So if I leave back one of my things, yeah, I also should have full controlled there, because if we hit Noxious Grasp, we would have killed them. So yeah, so we mulliganed to 4, and we only lost the game because I messed up on my last attack, With Rankle in my hand, I didn't need to be as aggressive. X spells don't work with Fire Strax, is the answer to your question. They just don't work. I'm not convinced this card is good. This card might be bad in my main deck. We've also been playing against decks where it's not good, though, so, like... 6 in one hand, half dozen in the other. Yeah, so if I'd have left one of them back, I'd have been able to block there. Man, I'm really upset I didn't sit there and count and think about questing Beast and Swordsmith. We were just so high up. Yeah, I should have taken the time to count. I'm just gonna play a 2-3 here. Am I, or do I just want to murder one of these? I'm just gonna pass. Counting is for blockers we were attacking. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. Yeah, it was just such a good game, I'd say. I'm just frustrated with myself. Let's move on. This attack is great for me because I get to go block. Murderous Rider this one. Untap Murderous Rider this one. Can it to win it. Thank you for the 9 months of support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. I think I'm trading Rankle for Questing Beast here. I think I'm trading Rankle for Questing Beast. Oh, really wanted to draw a Black Source there so I could drill bit them. Feels dead. Yeah, I think I'm gonna cut the drill bits from this after this. They've... If I want them, it's probably out of the sideboard. They've not felt good. Probably want Lava Coil here. They're kind of aggressive, so this does not seem like Alliance matchup. Treating in combat with these seems good. Fervent Champion probably gets outclassed a lot of the time, so I'll trim a couple of those in my last two. Yeah, I think that's probably true, Custon. I just like round out my adventure removal game one. I could play put the 4th Murder Knight in the main and play some Bonecrushers or something. Just having a little bit of more cards that play to the board. Because even Murder Knight's not bad game one against Golos. The random shocks are fine too. Yeah, this is fine. Not super exciting, but fine. We'll bottom this and play this on 1 and then tap land on 2, 3, 4. Stream a boxing match between you and your arch nemesis, whoever they, I don't know, probably 6 figures because we'd have to pay them too. Also, like, as someone who's, like, largely a functional adult in society, I don't know that I really have someone that you could classify as an arch nemesis. I think I'm just trading here. Lets me draw a card. No, Todd Stevens isn't my arch nemesis. He's just a garbage human being. There's a big difference there. I'll box the Shuffler. Is that an option? We'll box the Shuffler. I think I'm gonna trade these here. Don't fight Twitch chat, they always have lethal. That's some solid advice there. What about trade Rankle since the night grows? I don't think so. Maybe with Royal Scions in my hand. That's the correct line. I could see that with Royal Scion. Like, I have Royal Scions and another Rankle. Yeah, maybe that's correct. Really, we're ignoring me. That's kind of terrifying. All right, so... So I can murder this. I think I start by murdering that and seeing where we go. Because they could have Veil here, right? Alright, and I think now because I have this other Rankle in my hand, I'm gonna say we each draw and sack a creature. Oh, you know, actually, maybe because that's my line. Yeah, I'm supposed to Rankle trade there before I try and kill their thing, right? Because if I kill, if they had the Veil, they wouldn't have been able to use it then. I shouldn't draw there because I'm dead to Questing Beast. That is a good observation. I agree with your assessment. Drawing there was wrong because it gives them Questing Beast as an out. Thankfully this is a no justice stream. Put your heart behind every attack. Indeed, Royal Scions. Rankle the no justice fairy. Yep. Please don't punish me for being bad. I'll never win. If you punish me for being bad, I'll never win. Yeah, flying haste threats are good. Rain kill, yeah. Yeah, Rook, people who say I don't respond well to feedback are lazy idiots who like think that they make the typical lazy Twitch chat comment, right? Where they're just like, you're wrong with no justification, then we would time them out. And it's not that I can't be wrong, it's that if you want to tell me I'm wrong, I expect you to help me learn, right? Because like if you're just like, hey Jeff, you're wrong, that doesn't help me, right? So if you're not helping me, you're just being rude. And if you're just being rude, you don't need to be present in my Twitch chat. Yeah, the because is key. And like, in defense of lazy idiots everywhere, we're basically trying to retrain people here, right? Because, you know, the culture you see on most other channels is just that, like shouting stuff, right? Our mana might just be too painful this game. Like if they have a way to grow this Pelt Collector here, I think we're probably dead. Yeah, I agree. That's another very Twitch culture thing is you press enter at the end of every sentence. Which is not something you'd be rewarded here. But Jeff, freedom of speech means I don't have to face consequences. There's that fallacy too. Yeah, feels dead, man. Even if our mana hadn't done 4 to 6 damage to us this game, we probably just aren't getting out of this. Yeah, good games, opponent. So we're 2-2 so far with this one. We would be 3-1 if I had better play. Let's play one more. Oh, I wanted to swap the drill bits, right? Card's been underwhelming in the main deck. I'm gonna move at least a couple Bonecrushers in, and probably the last Murderous Rider. Been pretty happy with that one. And what do I want to round out as the last card? I can play like the third Bonecrusher or move an Improbable Alliance in. Let's do the third Bonecrusher. Add a Noxious Grasp for all these green decks. Yeah, we're getting close to needing a restart. I think we can lag through one more match here, though. We'll probably play this as the last match with this deck. Shame Spiral! Isn't it 425,600 minutes? I'm pretty sure it's 425,600 minutes, because I've definitely listened to Rent plenty of times. Do 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 do. Is it 500? I thought it was 400. Is it 525,000? Is that song, am I remembering? It's been a while, I guess. Minutes in a year. I am wrong, look at that. See, wrong all the time. All the time. Keith Collector, thanks for the brand new Prime support. I appreciate you keeping me around. Man, 1 minute in the queue. What a dead game. Dead game, chat. Infinite queue times. It's so long. It's so long. Oh, for fuck's sake. It won't let me cancel, so it's hung. Oh, if we get back in and we've lost a match or like kept a bad hand, I'm gonna be really tilted. Guess we should have restarted it. Guess we shouldn't have played Arena for an hour without restarting this release-ready product. Oh, all right. Well, the real question is, did we lose random rank? Nope, still 83. All right. I wonder if they're just going to be like, at the Arena Mythic Championship, if they're just going to be restarting the clients between every match. I would not be surprised if that's the case. I'll have to ask some of the people I know that are going. Thanks for the 2 months, old man Swede. I appreciate that. Thanks for keeping me around. So this hand would really love another blue or red source, but like, it gets to play Magic even if we don't draw those things. Perfect. Every update brings Arena closer to Moto stability. Priest, yikes. That's terrifying. At least they don't have Chandra next turn guaranteed, because I don't have any removal spells in my hand. I'm glad we added extra to my... Yikes! Not Chandra, but still pretty good. It's like a poor man's Chandra. Thanks for the 5 months, Drakios. I appreciate that. I think it'd be kind of hilarious to see release-ready MTG. Yeah, right? Please don't play a murder. Please don't play a murder. Please don't play a murder. Yikes, that's pretty good. Come on. 2 shots at a Bonecrusher. Alright, so I get to do this. I get to do this. I get to do this. So bleeding a little bit for our mana, but doing okay otherwise. Yeah, if we can start activating Alliance, we could maybe be okay. The problem is that, like, we're losing a lot of life here, too, is the issue. It's like, this is draining us for 2 every turn as well, and we don't have a good way to gain life at the moment. Yeah, it looks like the opponent's playing mono black. Maybe we're really lucky and they have no play this turn, and we get to kill this priest with Rankle. Rats. And they have a Rankle of their own. Yeah, feels dead, man. My favorite Oko deck is the Teamer Oko deck on my website. Definitely just want a bunch of removal spells here. Okay, I think I'm just like boarding into this like pull-up package where we're a little bit bigger and have more removal spells. Yeah, I had 6 different people so far tell me they hit 12 wins in that best of 1 event with the Teamer Oko deck. Yeah, the lingering sound effects too. Just a big yikes all around. Any opinions on the rampant play of Bant Golos in the Star City Games Open that just happened? Yeah! My opinion is that that was a team tournament. So the results are pretty skewed because it was a team tournament. But don't let facts get in the way of a good headline, you know? It's 2019. Don't let facts get in the way of a good headline. For those of you that don't understand what I mean by that, why I'm cautioning people against taking the Star City Games results too seriously, what I mean by that is the team tournament means that you don't actually know the individual results of the standard decks that were played. Is a pretty big deal. Alright, and this little guy's got lifelink, so let's make it 4 power first strike and attack. Is the raw meta breakdown worth anything? Not really. You want a fun piece of factual data? I know somebody that won, or no, they made the finals of one of the team opens, and their individual record was like 9-7. Like they barely went 50%. And like, I'm not saying the Golos deck isn't good, because the Golos deck is definitely the deck to beat. But I think putting too much weight into those specific results is setting yourself up for an unrealistic expectations. Are you ready, chat? Bonecrusher's ready. I'm just killing Gutter Bones here because if their turn next turn is just recasting Gutter Bones, that's a huge win for me.
I enjoy the proper application of knowledge.
I think I'm ditching Rider here. Just have 2 removal spells for next turn. Captain Shenanigans, thank you for the 2 months of support. I appreciate that. Welcome. Yeah, Standard's just not very popular. It's the issue population 0, so like, you would have preferred it, but a lot of other people wouldn't have. I know a guy who went 1-7 in a team tournament and their team made top 8. That's, in an open, it's a little bit less extreme than that on average. But yeah, you can, it is capable, it is possible to do very poorly and still top 8 things for sure. 4, 5... I'm one short of lethal there. So if I Murderous Rider this, I die, I go to 6, and I could die to Rankle plus Cauldron Familiar. I think that's still the right play. We haven't seen Familiar or Witch's Oven out of them yet. So I don't think I'm supposed to play around that. Hey, Gwendolyn, thanks for the brand new Prime support. I appreciate that.
Cover my back, Rowan.
All right, so if I plus on here, my opponent's obligated to double block. Right? Because this is dealing 4, and if they only block with this, I kill them. We are going to be dead to a Rankle next turn, though. Or they'll just not read my Royal Scions. Sure. Yeah, deal. Game 3. Reading is essential. Think I'm happy with how we sideboarded. Let's run it back. I might trim this for this. Having some lifelink, especially on the draw, seems good. Reading the cards is busted. I agree. The only thing more busted, what's more busted, credit card or reading the card? Why not both? Yeah, it seems great. Huh? I think I actually don't want to, I guess playing this on 1 lets me block their thing. This means I don't have an untapped land on 3 though, unless I draw a land, so hopefully we draw an untapped black source here. Because I want to be able to Lava Coil them, plus play a 3-drop on 3. Yeah, that one's got to go. Alright, well, if we miss, we have a, almost clicked the wrong 1-2 there. If we miss next turn, we have an Alliance to play out, so that's nice. Who has my vote in 2020? I've contributed money to 3 different 2020 candidates. Elizabeth Warren, ding ding ding, ring-a-ding-ding. Elizabeth Warren, Pete Buttigieg, and Andrew Yang. I like, yeah, we get the counter too, because we shocked with this. I like Bernie's voting record. I like a lot of his policies. He is too old to be president of the United States, in my opinion. Unless I really like Bernie's VP candidate in addition to him. I just can't in good conscience vote for someone who, like, could very realistically suffer from health issues inside of their presidency. So, I think I crack this fetch and play this and then hit them and make us both discard here to get rid of their last card. Just land for land, sure. I don't believe Bernie had a heart attack, but he had some kind of heart thing. I don't know exactly what the details on that were. Oh, wow, that's a huge mistake. I should have, maybe that's a mistake. I don't know. It worked out. So letting them draw a card's a little bit scary, but triggering my alliance is good here. Yeah, stent is a word I heard thrown around. As someone who does not have a medical background, what is a stent? What does that consist of? Yeah, I agree, Giant Jinktobot. If you've watched the stream, you've heard me say this before. I think even Elizabeth Warren is borderline too old for my liking. I'm gonna attack with both because I'm gonna get 2 more blockers here. And then I'm gonna play this out as a blocker as well. Ooh, that's really good. Hey, Zanos, thanks for the 9 months of Twitch Prime support. Welcome back, I appreciate it. A stent is a small mesh tube inserted into an artery to keep it open. Dementia is part of Chubb's charm. You say that like it's a joke, but I think there's people that actually believe that. A heart attack is caused by a clogged artery. The stent opens up. Okay, so a stent is treatment for a heart attack. Essentially. Wow, that's unfortunate. Yikes. Huh? Do I just shock this in and activate this? I think that's the line. I don't think I have time to play with another one of these. I think I shouldn't have blocked this last turn. I think that was a mistake. I should have just taken one. So we're gonna get to activate this castle here. Yeah, right, as an American, that's really what I want too, Toolboxer. I just want a president I don't have to think about. I just want to know that, like, you know, every once in a while there's some news, but just like, just not every day. Make politics boring again. Could that just be what we do? Could that be an option? And maybe I should leave. I think I made a mistake here and I should leave a third one of these back. I didn't count again. I need to start counting more. How is the Seasons deck was actually really sweet this morning. I'm gonna update the list on my website to match. Wow, did I just die because I didn't count? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So if God, I did it again. That's such a tilt. That was a good top deck, but again, like, you can't just focus on the top decks, right? Like, there's two very different ways to approach that loss there, right? Like, you could say, oh, it sucks, my opponent's lucky they drew the best card in their deck there, because it was definitely the best card in their deck. But the actual answer is that, like, if I take a second and go, oh, attacking with this extra one doesn't change the clock, it leaves me an extra blocker in a situation like this. I also made a bad block earlier that game with a different creature and threw away a creature I didn't have to throw away. All right, I think I'm actually going to run long with this one. I kind of like this deck, but I'm going to run to the restroom really quick. So we're going to take a quick 2-minute break so I can use the bathroom. And when I get back, we're going to play some more. We're going to play some more Grixis. Thanks for hanging out, folks. We are not just about to start. We've been playing this one for the last hour, but I'm going to play it some more because it's sweet. The problem with our country is electoral college. Get rid of them. At least make a more level playing field than who you before. I mean, yeah. Everybody who's not a Republican, basically any reasonable person wants the electoral college gone. And unreasonable people know that the Electoral College is the only way Republicans can win the presidency anymore because their ideas are wildly unpopular among the majority of people. The Electoral College allows Republicans to pander to 30% of the population and still have a chance to win the presidency. So... Man, we've really not been good at having lands in our opener so far today. Yeah, this hand's pretty good. Thinking about a Midnight Reaper here. We'll lead on this. We can fetch a Swamp tapped and then have either of these on 3. So California and New York decide who's president. No, the population decides who's president. Whenever random bad faith assholes decide to say, well then the places where people live will decide who's the president. Yeah, land doesn't vote, dipshit. Land mass doesn't vote. You know what? You have the Senate. I'll give you some language. You already have the Senate. Whenever people are like, we need disproportionate representation to protect us from the tyranny of the majority, guess what? Every state has equal representation in the Senate for exactly that reason. Smaller states that don't have population but have landmass don't also need overrepresentation with the presidency. Correct, yes. But Jeff, we're not a democracy, we're a constitutional republic. Yeah, fuck off. Would you like more combo goblins in Modern? No, the combo goblins deck was very bad. Do I kill Innkeeper? I gotta decide how aggressive I want to be here. And just to be clear where we stand on things, I just timed someone out for making my gender identity joke. Those jokes aren't tasteful, they're rude, and they're intended to put down people from a group of people who often are put down. So don't punch down, don't be a jerk. Don't make terrible jokes like that. Anarok Gaming, thanks for the 13 months, welcome back, I appreciate the support. I'm a basic mountain and I deserve 2 votes. It's funny because it's true. Mr. Photon, thanks for the 17 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Have a good one, Population Zero. Am I about to get phoenixed? Are you about to see Thrill of Possibility? We are getting phoenixed, okay? Your Twitch Prime did show up, Stormy Waters. Thank you and welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. I probably just missed it. There are a couple in there. While I was yelling at Republicans.
Cover my back, Rowan.
Man, are we dead? It kind of feels like we're dead, huh? This card has been kind of poop. I wonder if we're not supposed to play this card. Let's not leave out the non-Republican conservatives. Yeah, that's true. All right, let's start with this, I think. Yeah. Whenever, my favorite bad faith argument for the Electoral College is you can't abolish the Electoral College because then a few states will decide the presidency. Like, do people that are uttering that awful ignorant statement not understand what swing states are and how the current Electoral College works? Done, Bishop, thanks for the 11 months, I appreciate that. Because we already have a few states deciding the presidency, they're just not the states that have population in them. Because God forbid we let the states that have population decide the presidency. Ferndo, thanks for the brand new Prime support. TWL Tardis, thank you and welcome to Hooglandia. Thanks for keeping me around. The worst part about that argument is that those swing states are they're more important than small. Yeah. The Electoral College doesn't give more power to small states, it gives more power to very specific states. Lipfrog! Thanks for the prime, folks. Hope you're having a wonderful Monday wherever you're at in the world. This card seems like it gets outclassed, and I'm just going to trim it here. I think I want all of my removal yet again. I mean, Iowa, yeah. Yeah, the fact that there's more people campaigning in Iowa than in California should tell you everything you need to know about how American elections work. Correct, Red Leopard. For people that really aren't informed about politics and how the United States works, and are on the fence about taking the time to get out and vote in 2020, we are going to feel the shockwaves of the Trump presidency for decades because of how much the Republicans have stacked the court between controlling the Senate and blocking a bunch of Obama's nominations prior to Trump, and then all of the nominations that Trump has pushed through. It's 20 or possibly even 30 years. So get informed and get out and vote in 2020. And this is the part where if someone's still watching on my YouTube channel and you're like, but Jeff, I don't want to hear about politics. Yeah, that's too bad. Go watch someone else. You think the Death Touch, Fervent Champions could be better than Fervent? Yeah, maybe. I've seen that card. It works with what's it called too, right? Octroll, thanks for the prime support. I appreciate that. Thanks for keeping me around. Battleground State, Texas is a myth. Maybe. I don't know. As these states that were I subbed because you're brave enough to talk about politics as a content creator. Thanks. I think it's important when you have a platform to use that platform for good. My children have to live on this planet, so I'd prefer if it didn't get destroyed by climate change deniers. Big fan of my children having a planet to live on. Dear opponent, please play more green things. That's true too. Obviously, we guide the discussion here and we're not always about politics while I'm live. This is primarily a Magic channel. But if you are a sub and would like a place to always talk and discuss things, and links are encouraged, the Political Dark Place in the subs Discord is great. Does it have to be this planet? Good question. Does it have to be this planet that they need to live on? I would prefer if it was this planet. I think I'd prefer if it was this planet. And dead. Where would you recommend the most unbiased, accurate political information come from? So, this is really key. Squibfish, thanks to 11 months. The key to getting good information in 2019 is not about finding unbiased data, because everyone is biased. That's just how humans work. The key to being well informed in 2019 is understanding what bias you're getting and then tempering your expectations and what you're reading and what you're learning by understanding what bias what you're reading has. That's the key to being informed in 2019. It's not finding unbiased data, it's understanding what bias are present and then adjusting your expectations and reading accordingly. Yeah, Philip DeFranco is actually someone that I usually watch every day, or most days. He's someone I give a couple of dollars to every month on Patreon. He presents a lot of good information and then is always really good about saying like, hey, this is my personal takeaway, etc. Which I think is a good place to be. ProPublica is generally excellent. Yeah, ProPublica is another good one. Yeah, it turns out critical thinking's the best way to get to the truth, right? Das Numeros, thank you for the brand new Prime Sport. Welcome to Hoaglandia. Thanks for keeping me around. Playing this out might have been wrong. I don't know, could go either way on that. Bonecrusher Giant's an excellent draw here, so we've got that going for us. Am I attacking? I think I'm going to hang tight for now. Is Teamer Kiki an acceptable deck submission with some updates? Yeah, I think so, Sumo. I think I'd be okay with that one. The problem with sources like Reddit are a lot of... is the same problem with Twitter in that Reddit is inundated with bot accounts. Like all of social media at this point is pretty inundated with bot accounts. So you gotta be really careful. And like bot accounts aren't even necessarily biased towards liberal or conservative ideas so much as bot accounts tend to be biased towards hostility is what it comes down to. So bots tend to try and create the look like everybody hates each other. None of those were the black source. I needed to kill this. We're probably dead next turn. Yeah, gotta get engagement up. Engagement is everything, basically. I think I'm just playing this at this point. PVD, thank you for the brand new tier 1 sub. I appreciate that. Welcome to Hoaglandia. Yeah, I agree, Gengar. I actually use the politics subreddit to scroll as like a newsfeed. Kind of like RSS adjacent in a way. But in general, like being aware if you're gonna dive through those comments is good to know. Casual 6 me for 3. Seems good. 5 me for 1. Yep. I think we're dead here, chat. Stormfist Crusader boards out in this matchup, believe it or not. It's a card to cut against the other aggro decks. We were talking about Fervent Champion being a little bit medium earlier. This is actually a matchup where it's pretty good. Just because it's a 1-1 with first strike. It's very... I think my sideboard is not quite good enough here. I'm like boarding this in, but I'm trimming one of my ways to trigger it. Yeah, my sideboard as constructed is not very good against the red deck. Oh, I'm excited to read this one to the end. Hot take, I think conservative news outlets are better than moderate lefty ones for foreign affairs, but I think U.S. news outlets are inherently biased on that. At least you're more easily able to see that bias. Do you have an example on that? I don't know. Yay, Magic. Well, we played a bunch of ranked today and we ended up losing 200 spots, so... it's probably a bad idea. We'll see if Red Black Knights is able to climb us back up, but so far, believe it or not, it looks like playing Magic was a mistake, which is why the current rank system on Arena is absolutely abysmal. The answer should, if the answer for I want to play Magic, if the correct answer is don't play Magic, it's probably a bad system. I'm just gonna put this into play tap so this doesn't get like shocked this turn. So I get to do this plus shock this turn, so that's decent. Is Stream Decker still not working? Stream Decker is still messed up on mobile. The website definitely works. However, I like Drill Base, and I think Drill Bit's better than Thought Erasure in this deck. That's why I'm playing it. Is the TLDR. The TLDR is that I think it's better. I largely think it's better because we don't always have blue mana early, and being able to sequence it out for 1 mana allows for faster double spell turns. And NPR is accused of being a liberal media source because facts have a liberal bias. That's the reality of the world we're living in. When the entire conservative party in the United States is largely based on lying to large segments of the population about what's actually happened, then reporting the facts looks liberal. I don't know, because, like, Fervent Champion is, like, also okay against control for providing quick pressure. Like, Fervent Champion specifically is bad in the face of... it's specifically bad in the face of mid-range decks, but it's really good against decks that go over and under. Part of me wonders if, like, the long con of the Trump presidency is he's setting up to create his own news channel. Because, like, he spent the better part of the last, like, 3 years telling everybody that he even attacks Fox News as being fake news these days. So, like, if everything is fake news and he's the only one that can give you the truth, like, maybe his goal is just to create a news channel. Ignorance of facts is not evidence of fiction. That is a good one. I like that. I might use that again in the future. Trump's Alabama weather truth. Yep. I did get the bits. Thank you, Yummy. We'll get that one added to the modern queue. Alright, so I didn't hit a land, but I hit a murder. So I can attack for 8 here, potentially, with a pump. That doesn't seem good enough. Nice! Congrats on hitting 12-1, Des Numeros. Linear is the way to go when you're uncertain, for sure. I think I'm gonna plus on here. And then... Oh, really? Huh. Huh. I think that's fine. Maybe I'm supposed to... Maybe I'm supposed to kill... Oh, this is actually perfect. So, this hits... I want this to get a counter this turn. And this hits me for 4. So this is gonna, I want to get this out of Lava Coil range. Hey, thanks for the 2 months, Pugsy Bub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Huh. Yeah, let's submit. Yeah, I agree, Chris. When I voted in 2016, I would have considered myself centrist or maybe even conservative. But as I've become more informed and things have changed in the United States, definitely full on filthy liberal. Frothing at the mouth, filthy liberal. I think I'm just playing this tapped, since if I didn't draw this, I would do this, but because I drew this, I want to be able to Lava Coil a Steamkin on too. What did they take? They took a Lava Coil of their own. Alright, so I definitely just want to kill this, otherwise they're gonna Lava Coil my thing. Thanks for the interesting talk along with the strict no justice stream. Thanks for the 2 months, Drug. Welcome back. Hope you're having an excellent start to your week wherever you are. Light 'em up. We're on fire. Do. 2 months, 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 2 mon All right, so I think my plan here is just like triple knight this turn. I consider myself center left, but my family thinks I'm an intersectional communist. Yep. Welcome to 2019. Hope your Thanksgiving is small, otherwise it's gonna be awkward. The US politics has been a no justice stream for 3 years. Yep. All right, I'm just gonna go ahead and gain 1 and play this here, because this way, if I hit a blue source next turn, I can give this +2 attack and life and trample. So that way it gets to attack in with lifelink, which would be great. So really hoping to hit an untapped blue here. That's actually an okay draw. Is it? Nah, that's a medium draw. Yeah, I should have attacked with this. I think I should have not played this and attacked and pumped. Oh, that's awkward after I just took that hit. I think we're playing it. They have a lot of draws that kill us here. Whew. All right, so I'm gonna draw 3 cards here. hopefully one of them's a Lava Coil. And by that I mean we're gonna die to a Skewer the Critics here. Yikes. Yikes. All right, if they're on blanks, we have a shot. Dead to anything. Gosh, we were so close. We were so very close. Womp womp. Yeah, I feel like there's something here. I also don't feel like I have all the details right. I think we batted about 500 on the ladder with this. And I definitely think that if I had played better, we had at least one game where I very directly made a mistake and died because of it. I think the sideboard doesn't quite have enough cards for the red matchup. I think an easy swap is down a Noxious Grasp, up a Lava Coil is probably a good place to start. Might want a 4th Bonecrusher Giant in the 75, like 2 strokes and 4 drill bits. Probably a little bit too much. So I think I do that after playing this today. We're gonna go ahead and slide on in to another aggressive deck for the last leg today, which is actually similar to this, but with a little bit better mana because it's a 2-color deck. So I'm actually excited to give this a go after playing that one, to have a little bit of compare, contrast, parallelism, and see where we end up at.